Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of The Expanse reaction. There's a bike that's passing by. This is our live, and my name is Matt. So, hello, how are you guys doing? Finale time. We're about to watch the finale for Season 3, which is also the finale for the third book, which was not the entirety of Season 3, it was only the back half. I'm pretty sure the name of this episode is Abaddon's Gate, which is the name of that book. It's been a while. This past couple episodes, this entire ring part of the season has been nuts. And last episode, what happened? So Holden explained to Ashford what he saw, and Ashford was like, he's fucking crazy. But then they kind of fucked with like an explosion or whatever in order to see if they could like free themselves from like the speed velocity limit, which made things worse. And now the construct in the middle is charging up a railgun that is about to disintegrate the entire solar system that we live in, shooting a laser through the portal. So now Ashford came up with the plan of like using the communications beam that the Behemoth has, because it was supposed to be a civilian Mormon ship that was supposed to be able to do comms at long distances, so it has the like strongest comms beam ever made. And we're gonna use that as a laser sword. We're just gonna make energy source Sunday up on this bitch, and we're gonna slice the ring in half, because energy is able to travel. Photons are able to travel, breaking the speed limit. It's only mass what gets affected, so we're just gonna use that as a sword in order to cut the ring in half. And by the way, that is the raddest shit the show has done. If it does it, it hasn't done it yet, but what they said alone is just like that's the best. That's the coolest shit ever. So like, I even like posted on Twitter something to that effect, because it was something like, I've been watching The Expanse for a while, and like the general consensus people have given me about the show was like, the show is super realistic and serious, and you have to take it like seriously, and it's not anything super like dumb and fantasy like you're used to. This is real stuff, And I mean, as soon as the paramolecule happened, I was like, just like, whatever. But the fact that like the solution to this conflict is gonna be like, we're gonna make an energy sword laser that is gonna be like long as fuck, because it has to be. Is just like a long as fuck sword. I don't know what size it would be, but like the size of like at least a moon. And we're gonna use that. We're gonna use the ship as the handle, and we're just gonna move it, we're gonna rotate it a little bit, and that's just gonna cut the ring in half. And we're gonna save humanity from the alien construct railgun that is about to disintegrate the entire solar system and everyone in it. And I'm just like, like, everything about what is going on is so dumb in a good way. I love it. I absolutely love it. And like, we're so far like away from like the like super like down to earth stuff. Now we're just in like, we're in an alien portal pocket dimension hub that we came from the portal that was this alien being / construct that happened because that one asteroid got infected with it so much and then crashed into a planet and made a thing that then turned into the construct, that then turned into the portal, and now we're here inside of it, which they took us to like an alternate parallel dimension that is like a connection to other stuff, but like the ancient civilization is all gone, and it's just like, it's like, what are we doing here? Like, it's great, by the way. I'm when I say dumb, it's usually a good thing, because it's like that dumb sci-fi anime bullshit that I love, that comes sort of like Gundam or some shit. Like that's the degree we're at with this energy sword cutting the ring in half to save humanity. I'm just like, yes, pierce the heavens, Behemoth, you can do it. And I just love that. and the fact that it's like it's all like, I don't know, like at least 30% a Rush reference. I'm just like, I'm in. I'm so in. So yeah, I just wanted to do some reminiscence on that, because it's been so long since we had like any like serious down to earth shit, and I'm loving it. Everything about Abaddon's Gate has been amazing. And I just love that. I just love that so much. Everything that happened here about the ring, around it, inside of it, is just like great. And by the way, people have told me that yes, this book does happen entirely surrounding this event, which is something that I said previous episode. I was like, we haven't moved. This is all one thing that is happening, and everyone people have told me yes, the book is just this, and I'm just like, great. And he actually did like. I wikied the book, and I didn't read anything about it, but I just look at like the number of pages, and it is as long as the previous two. So it's like it's a book that is as long as the others, but it's just like this thing only, and I love that. I love that so much, and yeah, it's been fantastic, and I'm so excited for it. I got super sidetracked talking about dumb anime bullshit, but like okay, let me open the TXT. Oh, can I open the TXT? I'm gonna look for it, because like I formatted my computer recently. So where is it? Expanse. The TXT. There we go. I found it. I did save like every file, so don't worry about it. But that also means that there might be some settings that are off, like particularly regarding the audio or the editing. So if anything is off, I'm sorry, and let me know. But we're back. So yeah, so the Rosie crew went to the Behemoth. Everyone went to the Behemoth. Everyone's at the Behemoth. That's the hub of everything. Naomi and Holden finally met up again. Drummer cannot walk, but now she can, because she made herself mecha legs, which is the raddest shit ever. By the way, Drummer is the best, and I'm sad that Naomi is not paying her any attention, and she's like, Holden's the best, and I'm like, oh, come on. Drummer's right there. She's just so much cooler. She's so much cooler, and she's having such a hard time. Just give her the time of day, please. Ashford continues to be awesome as well. So Clarissa might have like a crisis of conscience or not. We don't know. We're not sure. If she does, if she flip-flops, it's like that's gonna be like the most rushed thing ever. In the sense that it's like that like happened too fast. Like from vengeance to like I'm gonna help you, it happened too fast, but it probably wasn't as fast in the book. If it does happen, I mostly see it not happening. But whatever. She's right there with Holden. She's listening to what they're talking about. They all heard what is happening, that is charging or something. I think they heard it at the end of the episode. Anything else worth mentioning? Oh yeah, there was a lot of like Anna and Amos interaction. That was great. I love that. But I think we're clear. Yeah, we're just about ready to go. So yeah. Let's just start. So, The Expanse Season 3, Episode 13 finale. Let's go.
I count on you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
About goddamn time.
You showed up?
What's going on with this station? Is this my fault? Did you get me to arm a fucking bomb?
He looks like a crazy person so bad.
I know how to fix this.
Okay. And now it's up to whether or not to believe him.
He says he knows how to get us out of this mess.
You're with Holden. Last time I saw you couldn't even walk.
Naomi helped with that.
Nagata is there as well. Well, are you in the brig?
Drummer is still the captain of the ship.
Yes, he believes he can convince the station that we are not a threat.
We should talk in person.
I agree.
Bring them to me. And do not let anyone stop you.
Ashford's coming for us. He will not let us do this.
If we get the station not to consider us a threat, he can get it to stand down.
How are we gonna do that?
When we overloaded the reactor on that skiff, we taught the station that our ships are fusion bombs.
We need to shut down every reactor in the flotilla.
Oh, is that all?
Or we can wait
For it to decide if we're safer as red mist.
What do you need from us?
Go find Monica Stewart and Cohen and tell them everything I'm telling you.
Ooh.
They can use the inner ship relief channel to get the message out.
I'm telling a whole bunch of scared people to turn the lights off here. That's gonna be a tough sell.
Well, you're just gonna have to figure out how to convince them.
Anna. If anyone can convince everyone to just stop, it's Anna. Get Anna in here. Yes! Yes! If anyone can do it, it's her.
Unless we can convince a whole lot of people to do something they're not gonna want to do, everybody's going to die.
We need your very particular skill set to be the best talker in the universe.
We're running primary power direct from reactor to comm laser. Is it really about getting signal out?
They don't know that they're gonna use the sword. They just think it's a signal.
Cohen is dead.
Oh, he died in...
Walking through a door on the shoes and because of you.
I understand you're upset.
You go to hell. Give me my camera back. I have work to do.
You're pissed. I get it. You want me to feel bad that you're angry. You want me to feel guilty that Cohen is dead. But I don't. And I never will.
You want answers. We have them. And they will save lives. We need you to get the word out.
That's how you should speak, Amos.
Led with that.
Yeah. Amos should never be the one doing the talking. Unless it's intimidation roles. If it's intimidation roles, you can totally do that. If it's persuasion, leave that to Anna. She's fully expecting that.
We lost so much time together.
You didn't drive me away.
She ran.
And I'm not leaving again.
I'll watch your backs.
Okay, conversation between these two.
Before you had a problem with me killing Melba. I don't have time for that now. If someone comes to stop us, I'm gonna kill them.
Because it needs to be done.
It does.
I left a lot of people behind to come out here. If we die, I won't get a chance to explain to them why I left. What I thought that I would do. I left a lot unsaid.
Well, everyone leaves unfinished business. That's what dying is. I won't get to shoot that prick Ashford.
Why do you hate him?
I never met him.
You'd regret not killing a man you don't even know just because he's on the other side.
Well, he's sending people to kill me.
On every side of this are people who have no reason to hate each other. Everyone here thinks they're doing the right thing. Everyone there thinks they're doing the right thing. If we get out of this, we have to find a way to understand each other, to explain why we made the choices that we did. It is the only way that we can let go of the hate.
Amos is like, what the fuck did you just say?
Hate is a burden. You don't have to carry it with you.
I'm not gonna let anyone hurt you.
Oh my god. There we go. He's like, Jesus Christ, she's the best person I've ever met in my life. Amos will now take a mortal win for you.
How are you holding up?
Holding up?
I'm not here for you.
She's here for Naomi.
Naomi believes you're right. She would die for you. I'm here to make sure she doesn't.
Clarissa. Did she escape too? Or... No, they're using her...
They tried to get a message through the ring before. Maybe they're trying to punch too harder.
The station charging up, what would be the point of...
To try and destroy... Yes.
Laser shot is a direct attack. It'll prove that we're a threat. And the station will kill everyone and everything on both sides of the ring.
We know what you're trying to do. You cannot destroy the ring.
You are no longer in command of this ship.
You don't need to do this. There's a way to save us all.
That is not the point. Even if the station doesn't kill all of us, now others will come through the ring. Anybody who has had a child understands that it is their duty to leave the world better than they found it. You saved my life because you were willing to die for a greater good.
I still am.
Ooh, I like that. So come and kill me then. And now doubt is in everyone's mind, including his. And this guy's. And Clarissa's even. Oh, there we go, the transmission.
Stewart reporting on the intership relief channel. Understand how you all must be feeling right now. Station is reacting as though we are a threat. It thinks our ships are bombs like the skiff that exploded, and it is charging up to protect itself. But we can stop it. We need to power down every reactor on every ship.
Is what she's saying true?
We don't know that.
Time to debate.
We're not gonna die here. I said.
Instantly.
My Marines will take care of it. Draper, you're up. Get your armor.
Shit. Their armors are gone.
Motherfucking thieving belchers.
Damn it. She's on a collision course with the boys. And Anna. Is that Diogo? How are they gonna take a suited up fucking Diogo here? That's a boss fight.
You're not leaving me behind.
Suit up.
This sucks.
We're trapped in a haunted house, and I'm asking you to turn out the lights.
Shit.
This is Gunnery Sergeant Roberta Draper, Martian Marine Corps.
Shit.
I'm ordering you to cease your broadcast, put down your weapons, and come out with your hands raised.
Alex, you go in.
Alex?
Yeah. The problem are the other two. Boy would instantly believe them, but what is she doing? Is she gonna power down the ship?
Are you all right?
It's chemical restraint. Makes me a little fuzzy.
Oh, you are who tried to kill Holden.
Yes.
You're in the brig, right? What are you doing here?
They brought me up. I have an electrician reading.
If I remove the restraint, would it help you concentrate better?
What is the goal here? Is she gonna be good or is she gonna be bad? She's a wild card, I feel like.
Truly good act at the end of your life can make up for the terrible things you've done.
Okay, a good thing. She's an ally then.
I would like to believe that is true. Yeah.
Please don't evade me. Please just make her good. Just one time. Make her do something good.
Listen to me. You need to surrender now. If you make us come in there, somebody's gonna get hurt.
Okay.
Don't you fucking do it.
Put my guns down.
All right.
This is a stall. What is it with you and these assholes?
She's not carrying any
I don't
weapon.
care that she's your friend. If she tries to stop us, I'm putting her down.
Fucking hate Diogo's face. He just has that piece of shit face.
Holden says that station is gonna wipe us all out. Unless we make this happen now.
I'm not even sure it's the Holden you know that came back.
He's running around, putting his life on the line, trying to save everyone. That's the Holden I know.
Stand down! God damn it, stand down!
Amos. Amos? Yes. Yeah, he had the clear shot. He's on. Okay.
They'll be sending a lot more people, so whatever you gotta do it fast.
Oh. It disabled 2 sits. Okay, so yeah, it has to be Diogo. He's the boss fight.
There's no way we stay ahead of those suits. You keep going.
She's gonna be a distraction.
Diogo Haarute.
No, you can't. She has a power sit. You're gonna die. God damn it. She's gonna kamikaze him.
I'm sorry I tried to kill you. There's no me. Tell Naomi I said that.
Don't wanna lose drummer. Fuck. She's cool. She's gonna wrestle with him and like kamikaze into him.
This is not the time.
Commander, please listen. I feel like it's our fault.
Yeah, because we blew up the thing.
Ashford's right. It won't make any difference if we shut down the prince. But if he's wrong, shouldn't we at least try?
That's so fucking good. That's so fucking good.
Drama!
Go.
Tell me I didn't hit you too.
You were about to.
Now I know I don't need to carry a gun.
Oh, that's a pretty good trick. Are you okay?
Buster Wolf.
Thomas Prince just go down. All react
Okay.
off.
Thomas Prince dead. The Behemoth is the only one.
Laser control to me. Lock target.
Yeah, boss man. Home laser charging.
Clarissa? Damn it. It doesn't. There's a barrier.
Laser was misaligned. How? Damage from slowdown, maybe? Compensating.
Okay, no. They just straight up miss. Amos cannot 1v10.
I'm not sure how much longer we're going to be
everyone's powering down. The behemoth is like the only one, is it?
You're trying to save lives. I am too. But we're on the brink right now because we keep reacting to things we don't understand. We're scared, we're hurt, and we're reaching for violence because we can't figure out what to do. But just this once, can't we try something else?
Shoot them.
Clarissa, she's coming in clutch. Shit, she's gonna destroy the whole thing. Shut it down, yeah. And this is gonna work probably. What? Okay, we're finally reached Nirvana here. We're finally reached understanding. Please stop glowing. Powers are back on. What? What are we seeing? It opened all the portals. It opened a bunch of rings. Now what?
Yes, it worked.
A lot, every single one, I suppose. Is it because it no longer considers us a threat? And now it's like, okay, you have full access to everything.
After all the pain and death, you just flip a switch and we're free to go. Just like that. Nice try.
So we're gonna have a drink together.
I think you were trying to open the ring gates from the beginning.
Yeah.
That was the plan. I don't believe you did it out of the goodness of your heart. It was never about helping us.
It's about the plan. I never thought Miller wanted to help us, by the way. Yeah, gun is there. Is that everyone coming through?
You've given us a new frontier.
No, they left.
1,300 habitable systems on the other side of those rings.
Oh.
You know we're gonna go. It's gonna be another blood-soaked gold rush.
Okay. So that's the implication to the rings.
The civilization that built the rings is gone. Wiped out.
By what?
Gonna need a ride.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that at the last second? What, did that mean anything? Okay, so that was Abaddon's Gate, and while the cool plan of the energy sword cutting through the ring didn't happen, we did have a cool episode. So we used the power of talk no jutsu. Well, not really. It wasn't that much. But we did like talk through things and convince people. So the one person that got talk no jutsu, I suppose, was Clarissa. And Clarissa. So I said it previous episode and it came true, and it's the fact that like Clarissa to me felt the previous episode that she was going to flip-flop based on like one scene that she wasn't even a part of. She was just in the background, like she was just listening to what Holden was talking with Naomi about, and she was like, oh my god, he's a real person and he's not an asshole. Oh my god, I'm turning my whole life around, like, and that felt super rushed. It really did feel super rushed, but you can get a little bit into her head this episode when she talked to Ashford and she was like, do you think a good act at the end of your life can redeem every horrible thing you've done? And Ashford was like, I would like to believe so, yes. And I'm sure that he was thinking about himself too when he was when he said that, because like he believed himself to be right? And we did get to see a little bit of Clarissa evolving as a character there, but again, it felt a little bit rushed because, again, this back half of the season is a little bit rushed. And I am pretty sure that someone told me that Clarissa does get like, you get to see more of her and what she's thinking and feeling in the book, so completely makes sense. So I'm not surprised by that flip-flop. I just have to say that it felt rushed, but that's because it was. But like at the same time, I keep thinking of like, I think of like Speedwagon in JoJo Part 1. It's been 0 days since Man's talk about JoJo, but like that is a character that is literally just a thug, just a random thug that is here to rob the main character, and the main character just like kicks him, and then he goes like, I'm doing this to protect my family. And the dude is just like, oh my god, I'm following you to the end of the earth, dude. Like, I got your back. You're the best. I'm gonna dedicate my entire life to help you out because you're so fucking cool. You're so nice. We had a little bit of that with Amos and Anna in this episode, because there was a moment when Anna was talking to Amos, and Anna said like all the best things that anyone could ever say, and I love Amos' face when he heard that. Like, I want to go there, and I want to go over that again. I want to get to shoot that prick Ashford, and it's like, why? And it's like, well, he's sending people to kill me, right? And then Anna goes, on every side of this are people who have no reason to hate each other. Everyone here thinks they're doing the right thing. Everyone there thinks they're doing the right thing. If we get out of this, we have to find a way to understand each other, to explain why we made the choices that we did. It's the only way that we can let go of the hate. And Amos's face when she said that was amazing, because Amos was like, you can see the gears turning in Amos's head, just like, wait, that does make sense. Maybe the world doesn't function the way I thought it did. Then she goes, hate is a burden. You don't have to carry it with you. And then she like walked away, and Amos immediately just like grabbed her arm, and he goes like, I'm not gonna let anyone hurt you. Just like, again, it's like the picture of Rosa from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, just being like, I've met Anna for a day and a half, but if anything happened to her, I would kill everyone in this room and then myself. Just like, and it's like, same. I made that joke when I met Anna, because Anna is that kind of character. She's so fucking good, and I like that she is serving as a character that helps Amos's development go even further beyond, because Amos went through that a little bit with Prax already, where he met a person that was so nice and so good, and he's trying to find his little daughter, and he reminds him a little bit of his past, probably, of like trying to find and protect someone and save them, and it's like, and it's so innocent, and the kid is so innocent, and Amos is like, I'm gonna help you out. We're gonna find your daughter. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna kill every single motherfucker that gets in the way. We're gonna help her out. We're gonna help you out, bro. And then Brax is like, this is Amos. He's my best friend in the whole world. And it was like, right? And that, I would love to see more interactions between the two of them, like in here, or like next book, I suppose. If we ever get to see Brax again, it would be great, but there's no reason for that to happen, I suppose. But it would be awesome. But now we have Anna and Amos, and Anna is kind of like Brax, but like even better. She has the charisma. She has, like, Brax is like innocent and wants to find his daughter, but Anna is like an idealist. She has a clear ideal and worldview. She also understands a lot of things, and even though she understands everything, she sticks to her ideals of what is good and trying to do good. And Amos is someone that doesn't. Like, he understands the world, but he adopted a very specific mindset because of it that allowed him to survive. And as a result, he's just not a great person, morally speaking. He's just not a good guy. He's just a guy, right? He just doesn't care about things. But that's because his view on the world is unbelievably simplistic, because he adopted that in order to survive. Anna now is like, I understand the way the world is, and that's why we need to do this, right? Because this is the best thing we can do. And this entire conflict is a clear example of it, where Ashford thinks he's doing the right thing. Like, that's the thing, is that Ashford is not trying to fuck us. Ashford is not trying to like doom us or doom humanity or like kill everyone. Like, Ashford is legitimately he had a real moment, cool moment here, where I don't remember exactly what he said. I could go back to it, but he said something along the lines of like, anyone who has ever had a child understands that our duty here is to leave the world in a better shape than it was when we came in, right? Like, we're supposed to make the world a better place for the future, and I'm here, like, whatever I do, I'm gonna do it in order to make the future better. And better means just surviving at this point. So like, I'm gonna save the future for everyone else. I don't care about what happens to me or those people. If we can save the majority, like if we can save all humanity, it'll all be worth it, right? Which is a noble thing to do. And like, that's the thing. It's like, again, Ashford is not evil. He's actually trying to do good. He's willing to sacrifice himself and all these people around him for what he believes is the best possible outcome for the greater good, right? The thing is that like this entire conflict happened because we had we just had two completely separate groups just being like, I believe that this is the right thing to do, right? And given and Ashford has no reason to trust Holden, even though he kind of trusted him previous episode, and everything that he chose to do was because he trusted Holden. So now the fact that he's not trusting him is a little bit weird, but sure. Because like the thing is that like Holden said it nicely here when he approached Ashford, and he was like, dude, like, we don't understand this. Like, we need to stop making choices based on things we don't understand. And like the best thing we could possibly do, and like that's the thing I'm not fully getting, is the fact that like there's no reason why they shouldn't all just shut down their reactors for like 10 seconds, which is like as long as it took for the rings to start appearing, right? Because like it feels like if I was a wise man, a wise commander, I would be like, all right, that guy who gave me some intel that I'm building my entire plan around, I'm gonna listen to what he has to say. And then if he says something that is literally just like, let's just shut down the engines for a little bit, I would be like, all right, let's do that. Let's just shut down the engines instead of going all kamikaze and energy source Sunday open this bitch. Just we don't have to gun the memento mori this shit. We can just shut down the engines, and if nothing happens, we go back to the energy sword, right? I suppose we can say that like if we shut down the power energy thing, we would have stopped the charging of the energy laser. Maybe. Like maybe that was the thing. Maybe we would have stopped it just completely, and then we wouldn't have time to charge it back up within the time limit in order to succeed. That is a possibility. If that is, I'm assuming that that's what happened. I'm assuming that was explained in the book or something, because otherwise, I feel it's a little bit dumb to just be like, no, fuck whatever he's saying, I'm blowing that shit up. And it's like, no, dude, just have to turn off the lights a little bit for like 10 seconds. It's cool, bro. Like, we can do that, and then if it doesn't work, we can go back to the energy sword. But then he's like, no, we're not even attempting. So I'm assuming there was a reason. I'm assuming the reason is because they needed to charge the laser, and if we had stopped that, it would have completely messed up the laser plan, right? Because like there's no reason why we should just like immediately jump into like the suicide mission when we can like try something else first. So okay, let's dial it back a little bit. What actually happened? What did every character do this episode? So Holden and Naomi decide we're gonna break out of this with Drummer and the other guy, the one guard guy who was like, no, you're my captain. Like I'm following you, boss man. You know, like Drummer. And cool, that guy was loyal. And even he looked like Holden, and he was like, he felt that too, you know? Just like, I trust him too. So that guy was great. I don't remember what the fuck happened to him. I think he got bodied by Diogo in the power suit or whatever. But, so that was cool. I like that it immediately started with like Holden being like, Miller, talk to me, come back to me. Miller told me what the fuck to do. Like, you told me to do a bunch of shit and now I don't know what's happening. Dude, I need you. Eventually he showed up, and I like that we didn't get to see it, and I'm wondering if that was just because they couldn't get the actor, and they just show Holden just talking to himself like a crazy person from the point of view of like Drummer and Naomi and the other dude, I suppose. So they just saw him talking to himself, and then he's like, okay, everyone, Miller told me what to do, what we need to do. And it's like, okay. So he told Holden to power down every ship should just turn off the reactors, and then we'll be like, okay, because like the construct considered the explosion, which was the reactor that the shuttle used, it took that as a weapon. So then it's like, okay, so if every reactor is running, they're all charging weapons at me. So I'm gonna protect myself, and I'm gonna charge up the railgun and wipe out everything. Sure. So then Holden goes like, okay, so what we need to do is we need to be like, we're turning everything off because we're in harm. Just like basically throw up your weapon and be like, no, we're cool, which is turning off the lights, right? Turning off the reactors. So then they talked to Ashford, and Drummer was like, all right, so Holden thinks he knows how to stop this, and Ashford was like, I don't believe them, and he was like, all right, I'm gonna go to get you. And Drummer was like, okay. And then after the conversation, the Drummer goes to like Naomi and goes like, he's not gonna help us, he's not gonna listen to whatever we do, so we have to do it on our own. So then they go like, okay, we're running away, and we're doing our own plan, and we're just gonna go against everything that Ashford wants to do. So we're just fighting the entire behemoth then, as well like the Martian soldiers. We'll get to that. Then they inform Amos and Alex, hey, we need you guys to go and talk to the reporter lady to be like, okay, we need to do a transmission that will transmit to like every single like ship, so then they know to turn off the lights. And then they go like, how are we gonna convince people to do that? And then Amos just looks at Anna and goes like, that's how, that's the party member that has like the super high charisma, super high persuasion, just like the nicest person on the planet. She's just the best. She looks like a literal angel. So then they go like, all right, so that's how we're gonna do it. So then they bring Anna in and they tell her, okay, so a lot of people are gonna die. We're all gonna die if we don't convince a lot of people to do something that they don't want to do real quick. And Anna goes like, gotcha, that's what I do best. So then she just goes with them to like a station that Naomi set up or whatever. So then they go with they go to see the reporter lady. And I like that Amos was like, all right, so we need you. And he was like, where's the camera dude? And she's like, he's dead. He got chopped in half trying to get him to shoot him because of you. And it's like, okay, she blames him for that. She hates him for that. Okay, cool. But then Anna goes like, listen, we need to do this thing in order to save a bunch of lives, and we really need to transmit that. And it's like, okay, you should have led with that. And then she comes with them, right? And I like that Amos tried to speak first. He tried to convince her, and he went awful because Amos doesn't know how to do that shit. And then Anna comes in, and she's like, listen. And then she's like, all right, now I'm in, right? Because that's just the Anna effect, right? So, we have a party of 4 of Amos, Alex, Anna, and the reporter lady, and they all go and try to transmit, and they start the transmission, and they start going to every ship and telling them, turn off the lights. And before that, we had this interaction between Anna and Amos, and it was great. I mentioned it a little bit already, and it's just fantastic because like every interaction between a character like Anna or Prax to Amos is fantastic. And Anna is even more fantastic than Prax was, because Prax was just like a really cool guy. He was kind of a wimp, but that's what made him so adorable. And he was just super determined to save his daughter, and he was like, oh yes, broken father sad dad trying to save cute daughter. And Amos was like, I'm helping you out, brother. Like, I got your back. But now Anna is the one that is like, Amos, like, listen, this is how the world works. This is how we have to do this. This is the best possible outcome. You don't have to hate all those people. And it was like the first time anyone spoke to Amos like that. And Amos was like, okay. And then he was like, I'm gonna take I'm gonna take a mortal wound for you, like the Persona shit. Just like, Amos will now take a mortal hit for you. It was like, I'm ride or die now. Anna's the best. So that was fucking amazing. Which is also makes me think that like something like that must have happened with Naomi at some point. Because Naomi's kind of like that. Like, not fully, but she's like the most like nice and understanding and just like a feelings kind of person out of the team, with maybe like the exception of like Alex. But Holden in a bad way. Alex kind of in a good way, but he's also kind of a wimp. He's not necessarily like someone that talks about ideals or some shit. Holden is, but she's less feelings kind of person. Naomi is the one that actually understands those things. So she probably had a moment like that with Amos at some point, which led to Amos being like, Naomi's the best, which is where he was sad when the show started, right? So I'm wondering something like that must have happened. The thing is, Anna is so much better than Naomi at anything like that. So I'm wondering if Amos and Anna are gonna have like a friendship or a thing at one point, just like if they're gonna continue to be in touch after all this happens, right? That's gonna be great. I love that shit so much. I love Amos just making friends that change his life for the better, you know, that change his entire worldview and himself as a person because of all of these amazing people that he keeps meeting. Because I haven't read his novel, but to my understanding, he had a rough time when he was younger. So I'm assuming he just met a lot of horrible people. Not necessarily too many nice people. So now that he's meeting awesome, nice people, he's like, oh, this is great, you know? And he's learning more because of them. Okay, what else? Where do we go here? Drummer, ride or die. But she's specifically trying to ride Naomi. Because, like, that's the thing. It's that, like, okay, she's not even trying to do that. Because the thing is that, like, everything that Drummer does here is that she's doing it because of Naomi and for Naomi. And I actually love that, because that is like such a mature take on what this relationship is, because it's not in your face, but it's pretty clear that Drummer has a big thing for Naomi, a big crush, right? Like maybe not in the previous seasons, but they were spending time together, just like doing sport or exercise or whatever they were doing. But this season, it's been this back half of the season, right? This book, it's been pretty clear that the two of them have had a thing, in the sense that they were like besties. But the Drummer, it was more than that. She gained feelings for Naomi. And she had like the roughest day of her life. She lost her legs, just like everything just going wrong. I wonder if you can fix that. Maybe you can fix that. Maybe those will be fixed by next book, if she continues to be a major character in the book. So that's gonna be great. But like, so I like that there was a moment. So the entire time she's with Naomi and Holden, and she believes in them. But it's not that she believes in them. Holden goes in one moment and goes like, thank you for believing in me. And she's like, I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this because Naomi believes in you. And I'm here to make sure she doesn't die or nothing bad happens to her. And it's like, I like that, because that is such a mature thing to do in a way. Because it's like, okay, I understand that I'm not going to have a thing with Naomi because she has a thing with you, right? I understand that I'm never going to have that. However, that doesn't change the fact that I love her so much that I will like do anything for her. So I'm going ride or die here. I'm betraying everything. Well, not betraying anyone really, because she, in a way, she's the captain, but like she's going against everyone in a way, because Ashur has control of the behemoth and he's going to send death squads after them. She decides to go on this like crazy suicide mission. That at one point she decides she's gonna commit suicide in Kamikaze Diogo. But like she decides to do all of this because she's like, I love Naomi and I will literally do anything for her. And I will go on this crazy ride and die because I love her. And I don't care if she doesn't love me. And I don't care if she wants to be with Holden. Like, I'm clearly third wheeling here, but I don't give a fuck. Because that is just the person I love. So I'm just going to do everything for her. And I actually love that a lot. I actually love that like so much. Because that is like such a mature thing to do. And I'm glad that Drummer is like that. Everything about Drummer as a character is something that I like. which is why I was like, no, don't die. Whenever she was like, I'm gonna die, and then she didn't. Naomi saved her ass because like with Diogo was coming after them like a fucking with the fucking power suit just fucking flying towards them, just like I'm gonna get them, and Drummer hid in like a compartment and waiting with like 2 grenades, and she was like, all right, so as soon as the guy gets close to me, I'm just gonna just dive into him with the grenades and just gonna blow ourselves up, just gonna kamikaze it. And it's like, okay, that's a badass way to go, and I love you, but because of that, I don't want you to die. And then she didn't. Naomi hacked a panel or whatever that made the elevator just fall down, and it just took out Diogo just instantly. I wonder if he's dead. He might not be, because like the power suit might be like, it could be armored enough for him to not receive the lethal damage because of the like squishing. I assuming there is a squishing. Maybe there's not. But did it fall? Because like there wouldn't be any gravity, would be. So it wouldn't fall. It wouldn't be gravity damage. So what Naomi probably did is that like she hacked the panel in order to make the elevator just go down at like max speed. But would that be worse than gravity though? Like maybe it would stop at a certain point before there would be any squishing, so it would be fine. And even if there would be squishing, I don't know if the power suit would save him or not. So I don't know. We'll see later if Joe is dead or not. I wouldn't give a shit if he died. Like he looks like a piece of shit. He's been a piece of shit in general. Ever since we met him. It was just like a dumb kid, and now he's a dumb kid, but also he has power, and also he's working for the bad guys, a little bit, so fuck him, right? Ashford actually killed his second in command. The one dude that was like working with him, I think they had bad blood, actually. Like the first episode we met the both of them. I think that guy, Dimitri was his name, he was working with the Behemoth already, and then he met Ashford, and then they were like, They like fist fought a little bit, and well, whatever. Ashford killed him here because he was actually going to like Anna's side, just being like, "We should try, right?" And Ashford was like, "Fuck you, dead," and it's like, okay, that's all right. That's a little bit out of nowhere, so that kind of sucks. So Clarissa is there in order to help out because she has like a thing with like a degree of like electricity or whatever. So they were like, all right, so you can come help us out with this thing because we need more workers. So then she goes to Ashford and goes like, can you remove the restriction that they put in me, the chemical restriction, because I can't work properly like this. And he was like, oh, you were the one to try to kill Holden. And she was like, yeah, I was, but I have a degree in electricity, so I can help here. That's what they brought me here. And he was like, okay, well, you promise not to mess with things. And she was like, yes, I promise. And then she had this moment of like, do you think a good act at the end of your life can redeem every bad thing you've done? And I like that Ashford was like, yeah, I would like to believe so, because like he's probably thinking about himself. He's thinking of like, I'm doing the right thing here. I'm going to die, but I'm gonna save humanity here. And if I can save all those lives, it's probably gonna redeem like my life as a pirate and every person I've killed, including the guy that I killed right here, right? So that's what he's thinking about. But Clarissa's thinking about herself. She's thinking of like, I've been killing so many people, and I've been such a piece of shit and spoiled brat. And now I'm turning my whole life around. So I'm thinking, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do this. Maybe I can save everyone. And she does. She just flip-flops it. At last second, while Holden and Naomi are approaching Ashford and they're talking to him, and Ashford doesn't listen, Clarissa is the one that goes like, all right. And then she just dives in, like smashes Ashford's head into like the console, I think. And then she dives to like the power grid or whatever, and she just unplugs something, plugs something else, whatever, and makes the Behemoth just power down completely. She got shot in the process. She wasn't killed, which makes you think that like, oh my god, you all suck. There were like 5 people in that room that were all carrying weapons. None of them killed her. They shot her like once to like the side the same place like Gonnie got shot a little bit, but that was it. And then she just turns the power down, and then instantly the rings open, and we have to talk about that. So at the end of the episode, a bunch of rings open when the power went down, and I didn't understand the implication of that until Holden said it, because I was like, okay, portals to where? Portals to what? Portals to where? What are we doing here? And then Holden goes like, you open rings that led to like 1,800, like 1,800 new systems that we can now like colonize, because we're dumb bitch humans, and we're just gonna do that. Like, that's what we're always gonna do. You're giving us a new frontier. 1,300 habitable systems on the other side. 1,300. That's a lot. You know we're gonna go. We won't be able to resist. So, is that what the title of the show is? The Expanse? Because this is the expanse of humanity into new systems? Or is it because like the thing that will like kill everyone and kill the ancient race or whatever was like a darkness that was expanding and it just consumes everything? Because I keep thinking, because they talk about the fact that like there was an ancient race and they were all here and they built all the shit and now they're gone. What happened? And it's like, okay, we have that still to clear out as to like what that was, what that will be. But now, so we have proved to the construct inside of the hub, like on the other side of the ring, we have a hub. We have a hub of like a blue bubble. I already said before it was a hub, and now it is an actual hub, because now that links you up to like 1,300. Yeah, sorry, numbers, weird English. 1,300 different portals to different systems. So it is a hub that just links everything up. And now, since everyone else is gone, now we can just go. We can just go. And Holden said they're habitable. They're habitable. So there are habitable planets there. The implication as to what that means for humanity are massive. And I cannot tell you what we're going to be doing next season. I would assume there's going to be another time skip, because there has been a time skip at the end of like every book, I think. Some time skips are longer than others, I suppose. But I'm thinking there might be like a couple years time skip. I would buy that if it was a couple years. And then it's like, okay, so we have built like a colony is in this planet in like at least one or two planets on like 150 systems. Like that's as much as we've done, and it's been like 5 years. I can see this doing that, and then it's like, okay, where do we go from there? And like that's the thing. It's like every book is gonna introduce a new conflict or whatever. I'm wondering what is gonna be the conflict of the next book. I hope it doesn't go back to like political drama, because I'm done with that. I would say that Abaddon's Gate is definitely the best book of the three that we've seen so far. The first book being the second best, and the second book being the weakest, despite Prax and Anna showing up during the second book. Despite them being like the best characters and being in there. The thing is that the second book was like mostly political drama and just dealing with like enhanced child soldiers with alien goo. And it's like, because like Jeff Bezos just decided to create that and just sell them. And it's like, I don't care. This I care. This I care about a lot. I care a lot about the overarching alien nonsense that we're dealing with. What was the ancient race? Does it even matter? What was the thing that took us all of them out? What are we gonna see at the end of like every single one of this like systems that we're gonna go into? Maybe it's just gonna be a random system and that's it. There's not gonna be anything special about it. But there might be something special at the end of like one of them, right? I'm going to see something cool, and it's going to be like, oh, what's that? Maybe it's like a new mineral. Like maybe we can make the proto-molecule because now we have access to that mineral. Like, what are we doing here? Are we going to be able to find like constructs that were left by the ancient race in some of this? Maybe they were all destroyed. Maybe they were not. Maybe we will find something. Maybe we be space archaeologists here. Like, what are we doing? I don't know. But like when the rings like popped, and even at the end, Holden wasn't this like Prometheus looking place. It was some kind of planet, whatever planet it might be. There was water in it, and you can see rings like all surrounding it. Miller's just standing there, and he goes like, "Gonna need a ride." Then at the end, like the thing comes to Holden, like as he's going through the ring, and it's like something. It was like something came to Holden's face, and then it like disappeared as he went through it, and I don't know what the fuck that was. I'm not gonna spend any time on that because that is just clearly just like whatever. Maybe it will matter next season. Right now, there's nothing we can say about it. But okay. So we had the whole conflict with Gunny and Amos and Alex and Anna and all that shit. So Gunny and the two Martian soldiers, they kind of suck. So first of all, they didn't have the power suits because Diogo took them, and it's like, okay, now we can actually have a conflict here, because otherwise it would be completely one-sided if there were suits. But Gunny is again against them, and she's like, "Oh, come on, let's not do this." And Alex goes like, "Gunny, let's talk." And they go like, "Okay, we're gonna talk because we're friends." Alex is like, and Amos is like, "I'm gonna shoot her if she doesn't help." Like, dude, I don't care. She's your friend. I'm just gonna do it. And then the two Martian soldiers just. One of them starts fighting Gunny. The other one takes Alex hostage and goes like, I'm gonna shoot you. And then they just start fist fighting everyone, and like they took out the two Martian soldiers. I think one of them got shot in the head, so he's dead. And the other girl, I'm not sure if she's dead or not. Gunny got shot too in the process, and she was bleeding out, but she's fine. Anything else? Just Anna just using talk no jutsu on everybody, as she always does. She's so good. Like, what would be her charisma stat and persuasion? How many persuasion points would she have? She's great. Also, there was a moment where she actually said, like, if we die here, I'm going to leave unfinished business, because there were a lot of people that, like, I didn't get to properly talk to and explain to them why I'm doing this. So now they're never going to know what was going through my head. And Amos is like, yeah, like, that's just what everything is, though. Like, life is just unfinished business. You die and you're gonna do everything that you wanted. Like, that's it. So I like that Anna was thinking of them, because like Anna is living her like fantasy of like being part of something greater, but she cares about her family, about her wife and her daughter. So it's like I like to have a reminder of that. Right? Because she's just the best, right? Okay, so what happened at the end? So Ashford is laying on like a medical bed. Drummer comes in with her mech legs and goes like, got drinks. That's great. I love that so much. Anna. Okay, are they in the Rosie or in the Thomas Prince? I'm not sure which ship this one is. I'm looking at the ship and I'm not sure which one it is. I haven't got accustomed to knowing what ships are which. It makes me think of the Rosie, so it could be the Rosie. It also kind of looks like the Rosie. I feel like the Thomas Prince looks different. Yeah, the amount of red it usually means it's the Rosie, because it's because like Martians design everything with red. MCRN, yeah, it's the Rosie. So Anna and Clarissa are the Rosie. Clarissa is being taken care of, because Clarissa has become an actual good character now. She still has the chemical restrictions, that's good. And she was crying, and I like that. It proves that Clarissa has changed from the bottom of her heart. It was fast, but it happened. Like, that's the thing. It's like, I never really approach things from a believable standpoint. I mean, I might point them out, but at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, this is what they did. So I'm like, okay, there you go. Like, I'm not gonna question whether I buy it or not, because it is written, therefore it is a thing, right? So Clarissa is now a member of the gang, probably. Like, this is what I want to know. Is this gonna be our gang moving into the future? Like, because they were all in the rosy here, but obviously there's gonna be a time skip after this, and we'll see where we go from there on. And they all move on to doing their own things. Like Brax, for example, didn't stay after the second book, but like, it would be awesome if like if the rosy just gained more people in it. Like, that's what I want. That's what would be great, if you ask me. Like, because I think it would be awesome for Ghana to just stay there with them. She's probably not gonna. She's gonna go back to. Well, she did have a conflict where she fought a couple Martians here again, but like, she could go back to MCR and again just continue being a Martian soldier, because that's kind of. I think she said at one point, like, I don't know what it would be doing if I wasn't doing this. So she cares about that a lot. She's also a great soldier. She's like the greatest soldier ever. Then we also have Anna, who's probably gonna go back to her family, and we have Clarissa, who has nowhere to go. So that she could become a party member. She could absolutely become a party member because she has nowhere to go. She has nothing to do. So she could become a party member. We'll see about that. We did get a shot of like a Basarala, of seeing all this like portals or whatever. Doesn't matter. Just a reminder that she exists because she wasn't part of this book, honestly. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this episode. I think it was a pretty good resolution to everything. We didn't have the energy sword cutting through the ring in the most like anime bullshit way. We could have had it, and they missed. That was the problem, is that they shot it, and Astro was like, what happened? And it's like, we missed Calavera, like whatever, and it's like, oh god damn it. But like, if it had happened, first of all, it would have been bad, but it would have been cool. More importantly, it would have been cool. That's what we care about. And I even said for this episode, I was like, that is such a cool idea that I don't give a shit if they all die, as long as they pull it off. And I'm low-key disappointed that they didn't do it, because I really wanted to see it. But I'm satisfied with this resolution. It wasn't cool, but it was good, and that's great. So yeah, that was it for this episode and this season of The Expanse. It was great. And okay, everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode of The Expanse. If you would like to see the first episode of the 4th season, you can do so already over at Patreon, as well as full length for this and everything else. Check out the links in the description for all that, and I'll see you next time, okay? Take care, everyone. Bye.